Hey detectives, we're here with James Prichard today, talking about his legendary great-grandmother, her unmatched creativity, and why June's Journey is the perfect home for Hercule Poirot's next big case.
Hey detectives, it's nice to be here, and I hope you enjoy the collaboration between June Parker and Hercule Poirot.
We are so thrilled about this partnership, not only between Agatha Christie and Wooga, but also between June Parker and Hercule Poirot. We take great inspiration from your great-grandmother's work, being the great thinker that she was. We imagine it must have been difficult as a child getting away with anything in the family.
Well, I mean, luckily I was probably too young to be in that. My father had a very extraordinary relationship with her. He was her only grandchild. His mother was her only child, so they were all very close. He always referred to her as the best listener he ever met. And I think if you think about that, that is probably the secret to her success. Her books, her stories are very much about people and about understanding people. And I think that came from her ability and willingness and interest in listening to people. I mean, both, she would listen intently if you were speaking to her, but she also, she says that, if you want to learn to write, one of the things you should do is just ride around on a bus all day and just listen to the conversations that go on around you. Because you'll learn about people, you'll learn about how they speak about, she used to take names from conversations, all those kind of things. And it all came from her interest, to her willingness to listen properly.
What is it about the 1920s setting that is still appealing to new audiences today?
I think it feels a long time ago, but it doesn't feel that long ago. And people sort of dressed how we dress now, but perhaps a little bit more glamorously. There is that whole thing about the Roaring Twenties, and just people seem to, after the horrors of the First World War, have a lot of fun. And I think that is something that appeals. So I think it's that interesting balance of being far enough away that we can't quite imagine it, but close enough that we can.
Yeah. Even if it's set in the past, there is something timeless about Poirot. What makes him such an iconic character?
Well, Poirot's an extraordinary character in so many different ways. He first turns up in Mysterious Affair at Styles in 1920, and then, actually lives throughout the 20th century. He's retired in 1920. He's still retired in the 1950s, 60s, and even 70s, and obviously it all ends in Curtain. But he's sort of, you don't really find out a lot about him. We don't really know about his past. We know he was a detective in Belgium and that kind of thing. So he's sort of something, you could almost say he's a sort of cipher or a hologram or something like that. And he is, I think he's a sort of safety net in the stories. I think he's part of what makes the stories work, in that at the beginning that something is going to happen, something bad is going to happen, but you are safe because Poirot will answer everything. In the modern thing, he's not a personality in the same way that a modern detective would be a personality who would have human foibles, human failings. Obviously Poirot is perfect, or at least he would say he's perfect. So yeah, he's a strange character.
So as a protector of her legacy, what are you doing to preserve and promote Agatha Christie's work to new generations?
Well, I probably wouldn't use the word protector, because I believe that part of my role, or actually perhaps the whole of my role, is to share my great-grandmother's stories with as many people around the world in whatever way that they want to partake in those stories. So I think it's about sharing, it's about collaborating, it's about doing things like this. We obviously there is an element of protection. We don't do anything, we don't do everything. But I think one of the extraordinary things about my great-grandmother's stories is how adaptable they are, how they do warrant, how they can be changed and use her characters in different ways. And I think that's fun. And I think we've got to a point now where we can and should do that. And we should be more adaptable in what kind of formats, what kind of genres we play.
So when you first saw an opportunity for a partnership with June's Journey, what was your initial reaction?
I think the thing that attracted me and attracted us to this was the way you use characters and stories in a very similar way to the way my great-grandmother used them. You use the structure of the murder mystery novel. You have your own character in June, who, is a detective in her own right. And I think it's just quite a fun idea, the idea of Poirot working with someone else, working with a woman, and I think it has worked.
So finally, what would you think your great-grandmother would think about June Parker?
I sort of make a rule of never trying to imagine what my great-grandmother would think, A, because I just don't think I'm intelligent enough to put myself in her mind, and also because sort of that way madness lies. I mean, she obviously wrote her own female detective in Miss Marple, so I think that would appeal to her. Certainly in her early years, she did write about some really interesting young female characters, and I think that's fun.
Thank you so much for sharing such great insights with us today.
Well, and thank you for having me, and I hope that June and Hercule have a fantastic journey together, and I hope they don't fail, because that would be bad. And I hope all of your detectives have as much fun with these two people as we've had working with you on it.
Detectives, are you as curious and excited about the new mystery coming to June's journey? Let us know in the comments. I, for once, can't wait to solve it with all of you. And until then, detectives around the world, enjoy the journey.